We began with 5 golden tickets, like 5 lucky bolts of lightning ready to strike without notice at any point on the map.
I love this movie, you know.
Hold your breath. Make a wish. Count to 3. Come with me, and
How many people love this movie?
in a world of imagination, take a look, and you'll see.
You know, I think it was about, I don't know, 6 months ago. My wife was telling me, I think you need to make, I think you gotta get your own bank account. And she controls all our finances, you know, she has. I never thought she would fuck me over, so I just let her do it all. So she didn't have no problems, and we didn't have no problems with me asking her about the bills or getting mad at her about the bills, so I just let her handle it all, and she fucked me over, but that's neither here nor there. But what happened was, she told me I needed to get my own account. I didn't really want to start splitting up stuff till we start splitting up stuff, you know what I'm saying? The house, everything. You know, preferably let's start with the house. And I'll get my money that I need for my new house so I can have somewhere to live, and, you know, then I can move some of my stuff from this house to that house. That's, you know. But anyway, she said, you gotta get your own account. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. Then she was shady for a few days, wouldn't tell me where she was going, and I think what she did was, I don't know if you see, but I think what she did was, she went to the bank, made herself an account, and just left my direct deposit going into our checking, you know. And that's why it's always out of money. And she's always so mad because she took her money that she makes and direct deposited it, I think, into another account of her own, and left my money in the account that we used to use to pay stuff. And when I wasn't making enough money for her to just spend my money on stuff, then she started getting mad, I think, is what happened. And, you know, she brags about making all this money. I'm a queen, I made all this money, but then she tells our kids that we have no money and blames it on me. Well, she has so much money, and it's supposed to be for good or bad, richer or poorer, till death do you part. When one doesn't have money, the other one sticks up and pulls for them. They don't tell the kids what a scumbag they are and try to build resentment in the other one's kids. So that's just how I live. But I love this movie, you know. That reminds me of Joe Biden right there. That's Joe Biden. I didn't know Joe Biden was in this movie, really. There's old Sniffer himself. I mean, is that what he was doing back then? Before Congress? Yeah, so I think she made herself an account. Kept, you know, the stuff that we used to use, pull out of the checking account. She just left my check going in there. And then one week I don't make that much money, and she has to pull some of her money that she's trying to hoard away and put it in my so-called account. So what she did was she created her own account and made me my own account because I didn't want to go get my own account. Does that make sense? And then, so yeah, when I miss work, and a lot of times it's because she don't put no money in the account, so I tell her I'm not going to work. She said, well, I'm not going to put no money in there. I tell her I'm not going to work. You get it? And so yeah, what she did, I think, was she opened herself a new account, put all her money directly deposited into that instead of both of our money into the checking account. And so our checking account's always low. And what she's trying to do is just spend every bit of money I make. And so she has no money to split with me because it'll all be spent. So like in our banking account, you know, she's already separated it. And so like when we do start separating stuff, if it was still together like it had been for 27 years, You know, and then her check goes in, and then my check goes in, and shit gets separated, and she makes more than me that week, well, then I get some of her money, and I think that's what it's about. Yeah, you know, everybody watch out, you know. And now it seems like she's going to try to rake me through the coal, so I just got to be patient and not let anybody remove me from my own house before I'm ready, because I'm not going to do anything wrong. And they try to set me up already, and I withstood that. Looks like they're trying to set me up again, and I'll withstand that, because the good thing about the truth is you don't have to remember what you say, because it's the truth. You're not like remembering a script. So you could be asked multiple times about what happened, and as long as it's the truth, the story never changes, because it's right out of your memory. It's not like what you're trying to memorize, you know. It's a little different when you're trying to memorize something, or if it's in your memory. I know it sounds the same, memorize, memory. But yeah, when it's in your memory, it's like truth. But when you memorize it, that's when it's a lie. And that's when your story kind of changes, and there's some discrepancies and stuff like this, you know. But when you're telling the truth, you could be asked the truth again tomorrow. And the story may vary a little bit, but the meat and potatoes of the story is always going to be the same. So yeah, I think my wife's trying to set me up again, so I guess we'll do this all again tomorrow, and then the cops will tell me, you should leave your own house, your families are scared of you, and I'm like, no, they're lying to you, and you bought it, you know. Even the woman cop, she says, why don't you be a man and leave, you're causing your family a pain, and they're scared of you. And I go, you know, we've been married for 27 years, it would have been 28 years this year, and I'm like, how much time did you spend with my wife? Like 7 minutes so far? And then she got all mad and belligerent with me, told me to shut up or I was getting arrested. You know, it was a really horrible day for me. And I did nothing wrong. I dropped a coffee cup. I went to open the front door, and my wife had locked both doors, both screen doors, and then she left the house. And I went to go get in. I went to go in my house. I was doing stuff out in the yard, waiting for for John to call me about the house I'm hoping to get. And I decided to go inside, and the door's locked. And I got my coffee cup because it's empty. So I grabbed the door handle, and I go to pull it. It's locked. And I look down and just dropped the coffee cup. Like, fuck this. You know, and it broke. But I didn't throw it at the stairs. I didn't fucking chuck it at the door like the cop insinuated. It was just like, I'm really done with this. And I just let it slip out of my hands and hit the ground, and it broke. My daughter came home and saw that coffee cup broke, and started attacking her own father. So yeah, I may have to go through it again tomorrow. I just, you know, I guess I better hold on to my coffee cup. Haven't made no coffee yet, but I guess I better hold on to that cup, because if I break another cup, I better pick up all the pieces. It's not like it was a special cup. It was part of a set. You know, I mean, it was special. We got it from her grandma's house. But I mean, we got a lot of stuff from her grandma's house. You know, that's why my garage looks like this. You know, I took all this stuff from after Sue died. You know, someday my son was going to get it. Look at this drill press. My son's going to end up with this drill press. And as you notice, the cord is still wrapped up, like the day I brought it over here after Sue passed away, and I took it from her house. I set it right here. I've never used it, because I didn't want to use it. I wanted it for my boy. And I told him that. I said, dude, all these tools, you know, your grandpa had all these tools. I said, this toolbox down here has every tool you'll need in it. I said, I'm not taking that. It's yours. I'm taking any of this stuff. That's why I want him to keep this house. So we don't have to sit there and divide the whole house up, move it in 2 different storages, and then when we find 2 different houses, they'll both be moving. No, I wanted them not to have to move. And for some reason, I'm the dickhead.